guys, Katy Huller here with KidsCanReadAndWrite.com. Today I want to talk about how to know whether to put ER, IR, or UR when you hear that sound in a word. You know, a lot of people ask about that. Why do we use ER sometimes, IR sometimes, and UR other times? It's really hard to say. I'm still really puzzling over this one myself. But I found a few little tricks to help kids keep some of the most important ones straight at least. So basically, ER, IR, and UR all say Okay, they all sound the same, and that's what makes this trick so tricky. But if you know that it's usually ER when you hear the at the end of a word, especially if it's a 2 or more syllable word, well, that helps a lot. And what I tell the kids is, if you don't know which it is, go ahead and put ER, because that one is used a lot more than the other two. But with that said, you need to know some of the most common IR ones and some of the most common UR ones, so you're not putting ER for all of them. So we're going to talk about how to keep that straight today. So remember, ER is the most common one, and if you're writing a word and you just have no idea which one to put, you want to recommend that ER one for that, because it's usually ER. But let's see what we can do for IR and UR. So again, when we read this word, summer, hear that at the end, ER. Winter, ER at the end for the runner, we hear at the end, ER. To each, look at all those tricks, each, teacher, ER at the end, because we hear the there. So remember, if you hear that at the end of a word, thunder, whisper, put the ER. If the comes at the end, it's almost always ER. There are words that end with UR and IR as well, but again, the most common ending is ER. So if your child's writing a word and he or she says, which should I put? Tell them, which one do you think? Usually it's going to be ER. That's our most common one, especially if they hear the at the end, right? But now we're going to move on to the IR for real. So I and the R say also, right? And where do we see that one? But got earl, ska first. Where do we see it? Usually in the middle. But if you look at the UR ones also, but purple, Notice those are also in the middle. So those are the two that often get really confused and are just hard to remember which ones are which. You know, if you're not great at visual memory, at just looking at things and remembering them, it's really hard to know which one to use. So what I like to do is help kids make memory pictures. It's a great memory tool that you can use. So here we have the blue box. We're going to make our IR memory picture in this one. And then we're going to make our, UR memory picture in that one. So let's start with the IR one. And what I like to do is just have the kids draw really funny pictures. So if you're watching this and you want to learn along, go ahead and grab a sheet of paper, grab a pencil, and draw with me. And it's a lot of fun. So IR, here's some of the most common IR words. Bird, girl, dirt, skirt, shirt, and first. So I'm going to try to come up with a picture using those so I can remember them. So I'm going to start with a bird flying in the air. And my bird's just going to look like that, okay? And birds would also, you know, have the IR. So if I want to draw birds flying in the air, I can. So draw your bird. However you want to draw a bird, you know, draw your bird. I am not an artist, so I'm just doing my best. You draw your birds however you think birds look to you. And then my next word is girl. So I'm going to draw a girl watching. It's hard to draw sideways, so forgive me for my horrible drawing skills. I'm just going to do the best I can. The girl pointing at the birds. So there she's pointing at the birds. All right, so girl and bird. So as you go through and put pictures in your big IR picture box, ask your child, like, okay, how many IR words can you remember? And see if they can repeat. Oh, birds, girl. Now, remember, skirt and shirt was also on here. So what I'm going to do is draw a shirt. Let's see. My cat has come to join us, so if something falls over, I'm sorry. My cat's acting crazy underneath. So here's the shirt. I'm going to draw a shirt. And then here, down here, is going to be the skirt. So if you want to make your girl have a shirt and a skirt, that'll put 2 more words in our picture. So she's wearing a shirt and a skirt. Skirt's a little big. Let's see if I can make it fit her better. So you just draw little pictures in, and remember, you want to review the words you put in as you go. So you want to say, okay, how many IR words are in our picture now? Oh, I remember birds. I remember a girl. She has a skirt and a shirt. And I'm going to say she's first to see the bird. So maybe there are, you know, maybe she's with 2 people, maybe her parents or friends, you know, whoever. But she is first. And third is another word that has IR. So this one is third, and this one was first, right? So you can draw the picture, but you want to try to get as many of the IR words that you're wanting to remember in as possible. And you can put other IR words in too. I just picked a few of the most common that I like my kids to know to put in this. So we have bird, we have girl. Oh, they're going to be on the dirt. I'm going to make it, I don't have a brown with me today, so I'm just going to make my dirt, you know, down here, dirt. Put your dirt in if you're drawing with me. Dirt. Now, what's cool about this is a lot of kids who struggle with just visual memory have great emotional memories. And when you make a picture like this and you say, okay, now cover the picture, see what you can remember. If you've been talking about it all along, they should be able to close their eyes and go, oh yeah, had a girl, she had a shirt and a skirt, she's standing on the dirt, she's pointing to the birds. What else? She was first, the other one was third, right? Now look at all those IR words that are sticking. So what I love to do is ask kids before the picture, how many IR words can you name? This is usually after we've just read a bunch, which if you need lists of words and packets and videos like these to help teach your child how to do all the things they need to do to learn to read and write, go to kidscanonlineacademy.com and look for the Black Belt Reading Program, because in it I've recorded all the videos your kids need to be able to learn to read and write along with me. So it goes step by step, so it's great for dyslexic learners. It's great for really any learner at all, mostly for kindergarten through second or third if they're beginning readers and writers. It's really good for them. So if you need it, black belt reading, and I do videos which teach all the phonics, and it does it one step at a time, and it reviews constantly as you go so that everybody can learn to read and write. And there's everything you need in there with the packets and the videos. So if you need a way to help your child learn to read and write, look that up. You can find it there. You can also find it at kidscanreadandwrite.com, but it's a little harder to find there. So I would go to kidscanonlineacademy.com. It's easier to get. But anyway, you have your picture for IR words. How many IR words can you name if you close your eyes? How many can you remember? And that's what I love to see. Like with kids, how many do they know before we do the picture? How many do they know after? And usually after we draw the picture, they know so many. So I love it because they can close their eyes and go, oh yeah, the girl, she's standing on dirt, she's wearing a shirt and a skirt, she's pointing at the birds. Let's see, what else is in the picture? She's first, the other one was third, you know, and you see them coming up with so many IR words, and then try to call out some for spelling. See if they can remember to put that IR when they hear the sound. Of course, you need to have been teaching them how to sound out words, listen to those sounds, segment, all of that too. But that's a great way to do it. And when they hear that at the end of longer words, make sure they're putting the ER. Make sure you mix them up so they start having to really think about it and not just knowing every word you call out is going to have IR or every word that you call out is going to have ER. You want to kind of test them, make them think. So let's look at the UR ones now. Our words for UR, we've got burn, nurse, hurt, purple, surf, and purse. So we want to get those in our picture. So you can pause this, make your own picture if you want, or you can follow along with me. So let's see, I've got burn, nurse, hurt, purple, surf, and purse. So probably what I would do is create water over here, and you ask your child, what do you want to have happen? And waves, I'm going to make some waves. And then I'm going to have a surfer do a surfboard on that wave. And then, let's see, remember, I am not an artist, I'm just gonna do my best, but here's my surfer. You can draw a girl or boy, whatever, a surfer, and so she's surfing on her surfboard, and I'm gonna have her get a sunburn. She's been out so long surfing, and that sun is beating down on her that I'm gonna give her a sunburn. See her red body. I'll give her a little bathing suit. And then have that red shining because she's getting a sunburn, right? Now, if I had a purple, which maybe you have a purple at home, I would have made her surfboard purple because I want purple in my picture, but I don't have a purple with me, so I might say this girl wishes she had a purple surfboard, right? She has a black one because they were all out of purple, but she wishes she had a purple surfboard. So you just come up with, you know, any kind of story. So surf, surfboard, purple. You might not want to put girl in this picture. You might want to put a boy so they don't get mixed up with girl. As you are word, so I'm just going to change her to a boy actually. just so it's not confusing, because we don't want girl to get confused. So there's my boy surfer. All right, but he's getting a sunburn because he's been out surfing all day. So his skin is looking red and burned. Okay, well, lucky for him, a nurse is going to be waiting to help him. So this is going to be my nurse waiting to help him. And I don't know how to draw a nurse, but let your kids do it however they want. You do it however you want. Maybe you have a nurse's cross on her dress, right? Like the Red Cross kind of nurse. Whatever you need to do to show she's a nurse. Maybe you can draw a hat thing for a nurse. But we've got nurse, surfboard. He wishes it were purple. We've got surfing, surf anything with that. And of course we have him getting a burn, right? So let's see what else. Hurt. So maybe you say his burn hurt so much, or he fell and got hurt. Or maybe the nurse is helping somebody over here right now who got hurt. And there, I'll put a frown because they got hurt. Okay, so she's helping, you know, that person who's hurt. So that's how you do it, guys. And then you say, okay, how many, IR words can you remember? How many UR words can you remember? When do you use ER, and quiz them and then mix them together and see what they can remember. When you call out purple, ask which picture was that in? When you call out bird, which picture was that in? I think you'll find the memory works a lot better with these picture memories. Just makes it so much easier for kids who aren't great with just rote things, but who are really great with emotional memories, pictorial memories. A lot of kids who have dyslexia really struggle with those rote memories, but when they can picture something, feel it, relate to it somehow, boom, that memory kicks in strong. So again, if you need more help and, ways to help kids learn to read and write, especially dyslexic kiddos or kids who are struggling to learn, go to Black Belt, go find the Black Belt reading course. Go to kidscanonlineacademy.com. Find that Black Belt reading course, sign up. I'll be doing videos just like this for all the tricks, but for one at a time. And so it's real easy to follow. It's like having a live-in tutor because you can turn those videos on anytime you need to. And if you need a review, boom, you still have them because you have the whole course with all the videos, the packets with reading words, reading sentences, writing words, writing sentences, games, everything you need. Fill in the blanks, comprehension stories, everything you need. So whether you're a teacher or a parent, it works great to help you teach kids to read and write. So if you need that, look it up. But anyway, I hope this really helped you today to have a little trick to help your kids learn the difference between ER, IR, and UR. They sound the same, super tricky. Don't forget to review the pictures periodically, hang them up somewhere so kids can remember them, and let me know how it works for you. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Talk to you soon.